All right. New
The fuck is
episode
up,
number
boys?
one.
Hey man,
I mean,
Hey,
technically
man.
episode number 00, right? Double zero.
Double zeros.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Just what's going on with life, etc.
real quick, should we introduce ourselves?
Probably.
Nah.
All right.
I, I don't fucking doesn't
I
really
don't know
matter.
how to do podcasts.
Who cares who we are,
I
dude?
think
It
we
doesn't
should
really.
introduce ourselves. I think we should
No,
introduce
no
ourselves.
one cared who I was until I took off to Mars. All right. Anyways, yeah.
All right,
I mean, we could do,
sorry, can you do that one more time?
I said no one cared who I was until I put on the Mars.
Oh, it's a Bane reference from
Yeah,
the
it's a
Bane
band
movie.
reference. Yeah, yeah. We can introduce ourselves. My name is Homie. I mean, waiting. You guys,
No. I was just finishing my bite out because I'm chewing some plantains right now.
Okay, got it, got it.
All right,
Um,
hang on 1 second. 1 second.
Did you? Okay, yeah.
Hang on 1 second. We're gonna restart.
what? No,
Okay. No,
wait,
we
this
can
is great.
restart. We can
No,
restart.
This is great.
I don't think this is great.
I absolutely do. You were saying last week we got to be comfortable with dead air, and actually, what's nice is the more comfortable we are with dead air, like good shit happens in those weird little moments.
The funny thing is, Brett, you're like literally not to compare, but whenever they do Shane Gillis does a podcast with his homie, like 9 times out of 10 he's like we should delete this, like 30 minutes and he's like this is not
All
nobody's
right.
gonna like
All
this.
right, so we should just keep it going. We'll just keep all this shit in. My name is Brett. My name is Brad Cassidy. I'm an actor, comedian.
There it is.
Why are you doing this like you're from the middle of the US?
The transatlantic accent, he's trained.
John, where are you? You're in London. What are you? You're an actor.
I like how he completely disregarded the question and just
Yeah, I don't know why he said my
He's
name
like,
is Brett. You didn't even say Brett, you said like Bran. My name's
my name
Bran
is
Cassidy.
Brett Cassidy.
John,
I'm
so you're where are you?
Like, doesn't want to talk about it. All right, let's continue on.
yeah, as Bran Cassidy has told me, told you guys, I'm John. I'm John Wilson. I live in London. I'm also a working actor. Uh,
Would we put asterisks on the working, or
I would
Yeah, he's an
potentially
actor.
I would put I would
I-
potentially put an asterisk next to the working part.
the thing is, I would put asterisks next to mine as well. So I'm just making
Yeah.
just keeping you honest, you know.
You know what I am? I'm an auditioning actor.
There it
There
is.
it
There it
is.
is. That's funny. Yeah, man. Well, so we're all actors. Obviously, we thought the best thing to do for our careers would be to start a podcast where we talk about, um, like I said last time, salacious shit.
Salacious.
proceeds to talk about Grand Theft Auto. But yeah. So yeah, man. Uh, here's the dead air I hate.
Yeah, we should delete this. We should start over.
No. I'm telling you, a lot of that is like perfectly good for an intro.
All
And
right.
obviously cut some of this out, but like
Brad fucking hates it. Red hates it.
why?
All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna keep going.
How is this worse than what we did last time?
I don't think it is. Well, luckily, what we did last time got lost.
What? You lost it?
It's somewhere on my computer. John told me how to find. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
For sure. Okay.
Guys, have you
Um,
ever had plantain crisps?
No, can you show me the can or the? Okay. Oh, I've had them before. Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Plantains are.
I'm sorry. Do you mean plantain chips?
No, he said crisps.
I said crisps because that's what it
Oh,
says.
I see where you're getting at, Brad. All right.
Oh, he's doing like an American London thing.
Yeah. One of my friends who well, I consider him like more of an acquaintance, but he was. I mean, it's true. I
You're
don't
not
know
gonna
what to
name
say.
him. You could just say friend. You
Okay,
had to
friend.
fucking. You had to diss him anonymously.
So he went to London like I think 3 or 4 years ago, and I hadn't seen him since. And then I randomly find him on like Facebook, and then I find his Instagram as well. I think like 6 months ago, and I'm like I find that he like has an accent now, and
Oh,
he
you
didn't he
mentioned this
didn't
guy.
yeah, he didn't have the accent prior to me meeting him, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you, Madonna? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So he just like randomly gets the accent. I'm just like, okay. I mean, that's some type of way to market yourself. He's an actor, by the way. So that's some type of way to market yourself, but it's also like really strange. That'd be like me moving to like Australia all of a sudden. You guys know me, and then like in a year, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, or
All
me
right.
moving to Togo and starting to have a Togolese accent.
I don't.
Yeah.
How would that even
Yeah.
sound, John? I would like to know how the Togolese accent would sound. Hey, how are you?
See, that's doing a perfect one right there,
Well, no, no.
obviously.
I would like to know how yours would sound, John.
You want to know what my Togolese accent
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, oh,
Yeah.
um,
So we're keeping
He
all this
just
shit in.
said, "Oh."
He's a oh.
no, no, no. That was actually just me thinking about what my first racist impulse was, and
Yeah, fair
then
enough.
dialing it back and catching myself and watching myself, and then saying "oh" at myself for
Okay.
having that impulse.
Well,
You know what I'm talking
at
about?
least you at least you know like some
How they always say in
exclamations.
improv, you know that how they
Hang on,
always say
hang
in
on, hang on.
improv.
How is it racist to do an impression? Now, first of all, I did not actually study any Togolese impressions, so I
Yeah,
just did
that's
a
why it's
basic.
racist. That's why it's
Actually, yeah, that
racist.
was pretty bad.
You know nothing about the place, the culture, anything,
Yeah,
and you just said, "Boom, I can do this accent."
yeah, I can do it
Actually,
easily.
since we're on this topic, I would like to talk about like how is it okay to do like Australian accents or like British accents
Italian.
or Italian, sure, but you can't do Chinese for some reason.
I
I'm pretty
know.
comfortable with this actually because my feeling has always been if you're from if you're white and you are doing an accent of another like white place that shaped like the colonial world, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So like Italy, France, Portugal, like whatever it is, it's though the way that accent is being used is not to like punch down at somebody below you.
But how is
So, in
okay?
that, if that's
Genuine
your
que-
argument, does that mean I guess they're going, "Hi, look at me potatoes"?
I mean,
Yeah,
you can.
well,
Nobody
no,
would care.
I would say
I'm
like
Irish.
doing Irish, I think is quite borderline. Like if I wouldn't feel totally comfortable doing an Irish accent in most contexts. Like maybe for a role, sure, because I have Irish heritage or whatever. But I just like doing an Irish accent like you just did, I think is like not great actually, because it's like a country that's been fucked up by the UK.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
But what's
find it.
wrong with doing their accent? What does being fucked up by the AUK have to
because
do with anything?
it's punching down at a group of people that has been like fucked over
But it is okay to
by
punch
the forces.
Italians.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, Italians didn't have that great in the U.S.
well,
to be honest.
in the US, but like I don't know, when people are doing an Italian accent now, I mean, maybe if they're doing like a Sopranos thing or something, but it's
It's a little, it's a little character like it's
there's like the caricature thing, but and I think there are people that would argue like you just shouldn't do any caricature stuff. But I think those kind of gray areas where it's like it is a culture that has not been like historically uh oppressed, it like becomes much more acceptable.
I see what you're saying. I just don't quite understand. This is not just you, John. This is for the whole argument that you're making. I just, I just don't understand why somebody being culturally and colonially oppressed means that now I can't not make fun of, I can't imitate.
ah.
Yeah,
It's
see,
also
you
made
just
fun. I mean, if you
You
sound
just fucked up
ridiculous,
my
you
whole
sound
argument,
ridiculous.
dude. You
you're
just
really
fucked up my whole
making it
argument.
easy for us
Yeah,
to.
you are, John. No. First of all, but let me add to Brett's argument here that he kind of fucked up toward the end. I find it strange that like, look, okay, people speak with accents, right? And it's not like you're like you try not to make the accent a caricature, but I just find it strange that you're not. I don't know. I'm not going to do it, but I just find it strange that you're not allowed to do certain accents. You're not allowed to do. When I say certain accents, I mainly mean like honestly, like Asian accents and Eurasian
Yeah.
Asian accents.
That Asian accent that covers all of Asia.
No, but you know what I mean. I mean like in the continent of Asia. So you're
yeah,
not allowed,
yeah, that accent from
Exactly
the
what John just said.
dude. I mean, countries that lie within the border of the continent of
Asia.
Asia.
Okay, yeah, no, I understand. I understand. I'm just
Okay.
being facetious.
But well, all I'm saying is like people have that accent. So like to kind of just completely disregard that accent as a thing. Look, you're not going to go out for a role, John, as an Asian dude. I mean, I hope you're not.
I mean,
You
30
might,
years
but
ago, I absolutely would have. Like,
yep.
not me choosing to do so, but I would have been cast as such 30 years ago, even 20. Matt Damon did it like 10 years ago.
No, he played a white guy.
Yeah, he played a white guy,
He played
Okay.
a white guy leading a Chinese army.
Sorry,
which is
sorry.
like white
Scarlett
savior.
Johansson didn't Scarlett Johansson do it in Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah,
No,
I
she
think
played a white version of a Japanese character.
But she was
Kinda.
not. She was not like coded as a.
No,
No,
they was
I
like
don't think so.
it was a Japanese anime character, and
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
made the movie, and they just kind of took this famously Japanese character and made it white. So it
Quick-
was it was it was very much it was very much whitewashing.
A quick shout out to the original Ghost in the Shell. Is amazing movie. Everyone should watch it.
I never saw
Um,
it.
Oh, it's for like a movie buff too, Brett. Like I think
Yeah.
you'd really appreciate it. The animation's insane for the era, and
Oh sweet.
it's super
They should-
progressive. It's super like ahead of its time. It inspired The Matrix mostly, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I heard that.
You mean The Matrix, written by the Wachowski sisters?
Yeah, one.
Yeah. It's
Does
just
he have a
normal every day to
problem
day.
with the Wachowskis?
Yeah, I have beef with the Wachowski sisters. Speaking of, we should at one point we should talk about Brett's top 100 collection of films. That would be a good episode.
We absolutely should. I do think just to retroactively for our many listeners, retroactively like this make it okay that I made this joke. But Comey is Togolese. I didn't just like randomly throw a shot at Togo.
Oh, dude, you're pulling way back. I mean, we're good. We're good. Yeah,
I just
I don't think our many listeners are going to care too much, but
I just don't think like Togo doesn't need that extra kind of.
Oh yeah, there are. Oh, yeah. All right, good shit.
I'm still kind of bummed that we didn't end up going to Togo, Comey.
Yeah, man.
I was
went.
supposed to.
I know you
We
went.
know
I know
Brett. We
you
know
went.
Brett.
I was also supposed to, Brett.
I want to talk about that real quick. Let's
Oh
change
my
subjects.
God.
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
get after it. Let's get after it.
When I first met Comey a few years ago, I told him, he told me he was from Togo, and I said, this is right after COVID started, and I said I was supposed to go to Togo, but COVID came and I wasn't able to go anymore. I said, oh, it's so cool you went to Togo. I was supposed to go there, and then it was like cordial conversation. Come to find out a few months later, when we're good friends, he was like a little like peeved that I had made that comment.
Okay.
Because Africans get annoyed. Now, I'm not going to say African, but
yes.
Africans get
You
annoyed.
just said that.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I just find it cliche. Like whenever you meet somebody who's like from a different country and they tell you what country they're from, you're like, oh, I have a cousin's brother, sister's uncle who's married to somebody who. It's just cliche.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
like,
but Comey, you are not from Canada. You're from a Rhode Island-sized country in the middle of the largest continent in the world, and is it not cool that maybe I was how many white people go to Togo? One? Is it not cool that maybe
a lot.
Is it not cool that maybe
Out.
I was going to go to Togo the month we met?
I think it would have been cooler if you went, but
Well,
Yeah,
no
if you-
shit.
if
I
you
mean, me
did.
too.
Did anybody? Please tell me this didn't happen, Comey. But I'm gonna change him for the sake of the pod. But did anybody at our program when they learned you were from Togo, were they like, no way, like Christine's from Cameroon? You know,
oh yeah,
was there?
I mean, yeah, they like try to relate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the closest thing, the blackest closest country they can think of. They're like, yeah, such and such is
That's
from
what I'm
there.
saying.
No way. I got family in Compton.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Brett.
Jesus.
No, he's right. I mean, Compton,
No,
Africa,
that
same thing.
I'm sure there are people out there who would say that shit.
Yeah,
It's just extraordinary.
yeah. Well,
when the Comey and I met over a FaceTime like before he
oh,
came,
dude, yeah, that's crazy.
and I don't know what your memory of that FaceTime is, Comey, but
I remember pretty well.
For all the
I-
listeners out there, all of us met in a graduate theater program.
yeah,
So we're essentially homeless.
Yeah.
and in debt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
So-
sitting in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I don't know about
Yeah.
Alright, in New Jersey, huh?
New Jersey.
All right,
Um,
sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, you're good. You're good. So like Comey and I have been put in touch by a mutual teacher. And we had this FaceTime. And I had like two things that came out of it and have stuck with me. That were then like so proven wrong by who you actually were. But we did this FaceTime and you're like out on a porch somewhere, and all I've heard is like your name and that you go to Berkeley. And
Okay.
like you pull it up, I think you're like groggy, it's morning or whatever.
Yeah.
And we chat for a little bit. And when I hung up the call, I had this impression that you were like the most like leftist, hyper progressive, like,
Interesting.
and then I got like anxious because at one point on the call, I unprompted had said something like, yeah, I think like the experience for Black students at the Globe is just like a different
Yeah,
different
yeah.
I can't really speak to that. And that you'd have to reach out to them directly. But I don't remember exactly how I phrased that or what I said, but I do remember Comey's eyes just kind of going,
His
"Oh
eyes
yeah,
just
that's
rolled.
everywhere." And then having met Comey like months later, and then like getting to know him and stuff, I eventually cast from my back that conversation. I was like, "Oh shit, no. He was judging me. He's being like, this guy's fucking this woke piece of shit is
Nah,
trying
that
to."
wasn't what it was. It's crazy. No,
Well, I
it's
mean-
just like, nah. Go ahead,
I was
Brett.
gonna say, you think that Comey, what your first impression of Comey was how leftist and progressive he was. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the
Why?
first,
Okay, first of all,
the
why you
fir-
guys shit on me? I am very leftist and progressive. I would just like to put that out there.
but not woke.
To
Comey,
not
you have the
woke.
politics of like a 52-year-old white man.
That's insane, dude. That's very untrue. I'm like
Dude, the
very
first
moderate.
John, out of the first dinner that we had as a class,
Oh, dude, you want to talk about this? Dude, come on. Don't talk about
the
this.
first group.
Don't
the
talk
first-
about this.
I'm going to.
All right, go ahead.
If we need to cut it, we cut it. The first,
go.
the first dinner we had as a class.
Okay. If you're gonna talk about this, you have to talk about everything else that happened at the dinner, just like for context sake.
The rest of it's boring. It's a funny story. It's a
Is
funny
it
little
though?
story.
Is it
Yeah,
though? It
the
was
rest
a pretty.
of it's pretty boring.
It was a pretty interesting dinner.
John, what
Have
you should know, all you need to know is this is a dinner where all of the women accuse the men of being sexist.
Oh damn.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm surprised we never told you. That's crazy.
Did they? No, I like vague memory of it, but it was never phrased that way. Did they have a point though?
No, they just
No.
felt they just felt victim. They felt victimized, and
What they wanted us to like
it was mostly
kind of-
towards the teacher.
Yeah, but they also wanted us to like speak out if we saw things. And the issue was that I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't seeing things, but it's because like it might be because I just have like blinders on, for things like that, and it's not affecting me directly. So because of that, I'm just like kind of oblivious.
Yeah, I
to it.
definitely didn't see anything then, but later on I saw stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, I do think with our mutual enemy at that program, like I do think he can be
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
This man said, what are we fucking Sonic the Hedgehog? This man's- All right. Anyways, you're telling the story. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
it.
we're talking the whole conversation, the whole dinner was going to be it all culminated with this whole talk about sexism and the sexism within the program and how we can be better advocates for each other, and this is all over a fucking seafood dinner. Meanwhile, before any of that started, the conversation began with one member of our
Oh
class
my God,
coming in
that's
late.
insane.
One member of our class came late to the dinner, said, "I'm so sorry. I was stuck in El Cajon. I was in an accident. Somebody hit my car." And Comey's first response was it an Arab guy? And then everyone's like, "Comey, you can't just say that." He goes, No, I'm from El Cajon. They're all Arab.
Okay, to my defense.
Yeah, you guys
might
are
be-
you're the two worst people I've ever met at digging yourself out of a hole.
No, but listen. I'm gonna dig myself out right now. Wait, just 1 second.
Yeah, do
In
it.
my
Do it.
defense, in my defense, I've been living in El Cajon for like probably 20 something years at that point, right? And the place has literally been nicknamed like Little Baghdad, right? So look, excuse me for thinking it
By
might be
whom?
by the people but the Arabs who live here.
So what?
So, dude, look at the if you literally just Google the population of this city, you'll see how like
I believe
I
you.
could
What
possibly
did, why
assume
did her being in an accident need you have to bring up the guy's race?
Yeah,
because there's a
that
large
didn't dig you out of the
dude.
hole. It didn't dig you deeper, but it just
Okay.
it had no bearing.
Let me give you an example. Let's say that you're in South Sudan, for instance, right? And you get into a
What?
car accident.
Yeah, if I'm
Just
in a
look
car
up-
accident in South Sudan, I'm not gonna go. I'm
Brett
not
and I
gonna
are
go out. I'm not gonna go out to
location.
dinner. Say I
Yeah,
was in
we're
a
taking-
car accident. And somebody go, black guy. Like
Yeah,
that's
no, no. No. That's not even. Let me dig you out. Let me dig myself out of the hole. If you're in South Sudan and you get into a car accident, you would assume that the person was it was South Sudanese. I mean, that's just a given, right? So you would be like,
yeah. So you wouldn't have to say it out loud.
but
You
they
also
don't.
not
You guys.
like
sorry, go
like
ahead.
if we're doing this thought experiment and Brett and I are vacationing in South Sudan, we're catching some sunshine, we're having a good time driving through, I believe, the Sahara, and randomly we get hit. Before that other person gets out of their car, I mean, I I think we should all be striving to not be assuming who that person is when they're stepping out of the car.
Okay.
But you,
Oh, this
but my,
kid's crying. One
you know,
sec.
I agree and disagree. I think you can absolutely assume, but the balls to just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Is that me being wrong? It's just simply I shouldn't say it.
And
Going back-
John, do you know the funniest part about it? It
I
was an
just-
Arab guy.
Oh, good damn.
Well, I think she said that he was like,
Oh, he was Arab. She said he was Arab, but what does that matter?
oh, maybe. I feel like she said something else. I can't remember, but it's
But
like,
that still doesn't make like. Why would somebody come to dinner, say I was just in a car accident, I was in a hit and run, and somebody else go, "What was his race?"
well, I'm trying to relate like how you related to me when we first met, talking about going to Togo. I mean, I'm just trying to.
I'm standing by that. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody that you were supposed to go to Togo on a trip.
Nice little call back there.
I got a
Anyways,
quick question. I got a quick question for both of you, but mostly Comey. But Brett, if you
Yeah.
want to chip in,
Sure.
is it,
I mean,
if I'm talking about a person from Togo, is it Togolese, Togan, Toganese,
no
Token.
or
token. Yeah. No, it's Togolese. Yeah.
it is Togolese? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what my impulse was. But I can see like Togan being.
I love the fact that you're like, Brett, you can also chime in. What the fuck is Brett gonna have? What kind of information is Brett getting?
I kind of just wanted to know what Brett
Well,
might think.
based on I was supposed to go, and when
Yeah, also his 23 and me too helps with that. So
oh yeah, the 1% that I got.
yeah. Yeah, Togolese. I would say Togolese makes the most sense.
Yeah, but I'm 1% Congolese, so I could tell you more about Congo than Togo.
yeah.
What is the predominant language spoken in Togo?
I would say French because the fucking shout out to the French and their colonizing ways. Well, maybe not shout out, but I guess fuck the French and their colonizing ways.
That's really took North Africa by storm.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But yeah, there's like a bunch of like sub languages too, like tribes and such. So there's a bunch of languages in Togo.
Yeah,
When we
yeah,
speak
I mean,
the language Awe.
Shout out to Brett for remembering. That's what's up.
EWE.
Oh,
That's
dude, should we talk about? No, we're not gonna talk about that.
What the language thing? That's boring as fuck. That's
Yeah.
not fun. That's
Yeah,
just kind
whatever.
of, that was just kind of sad.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty fucked up.
No.
all right.
All right.
Yeah, I got some stuff prepared for you guys today. If we want
Oh,
to
shit.
get into it.
Let's do some
Fucking
prep
go.
stuff.
So I think this model has been done before. I'm sure there are podcasts out there that have done it, but I feel like this does lean into our shared kind of
Promo?
brand. Yeah, I don't know, our IP, I guess is what you call it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we are really good at making moral judgments about people knowing absolutely no context.
Dude, I do
so-
that on crosswalks. If I'm sitting at a stoplight and someone's crossing the street, you go, fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should just specify here that like we are assholes, and we're just gonna leave
Absolutely.
that by deciding whether other people are assholes. So my thought is that I'll read you guys some Reddit "Am I the Assholes?" But I'll just read I'm just gonna read the title. I'm not gonna read the context, and I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are about these situations.
Sweet.
Absolutely. Can I just quick question for Brett? Sorry, before we get started. how has like been living like you've been living in New York for a while now, or like
We
New
totally
Jersey?
changed the subject.
No. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. This is the same thing about like making moral judgments about people. Like when you see people doing crazy shit, have you like been able to like eye contact wise? Are you paying attention to them, or do you just like
Yeah,
do what
I
most people?
actually, my girlfriend hates it because I usually engage.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
no way.
No, I did it yesterday. Yesterday we were walking through New York City. There's somebody wearing hospital scrubs selling fake Louis Vuitton bags, and I started laughing at him.
All right, man. All right. Sorry, John. I didn't mean to cut off your segment.
Is that when you got stabbed?
No, I
Yeah.
got stabbed. I got stabbed for doing nothing.
I wouldn't say
Really?
nothing
So let me just say that homeless person was being particularly annoying.
because he stabbed you a few times.
Stabbed you.
Yeah. That reminds me, I got one thing, John. We'll get to your prep, but it was like 3 a.m, and I was going to JFK Airport in the city, and to get there, you take the subway to a train station, then you take it doesn't matter. There's a train terminal outside JFK Airport. It's like 3 a.m. I just get to the airport. I'm at the train terminal. I'm the only person on the platform. I'm walking down to get to the airport, and there's one other person on the other side of the platform. It looks like a 30-year-old lady. She's like small, she's skinny, she's wearing a coat. She comes over to me and she goes, "Excuse me, I'm so sorry." And by
What's
the
her
way,
race?
she's black. And by the way, it's just her.
Why did you not mention her race the first time?
I've already done that too much this pod. It's just her. It's just I'm gonna limit it to 3.
Yeah, per episode.
No, it's just her, me, and then the train on the track. Nobody else is there. There's nobody. So she comes over, she goes, "I'm so sorry. Do you have $1 I can have? I'm very hungry." And I just went, "Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am." And she immediately goes, "Ugh, ugh, ugh," and then just leaves the platform. And then I started dying laughing by myself, and the train engineer pokes his head out the window because he heard her make that noise. He sees me laughing. He goes, "Good morning."
You were just cursed, bro. You don't even know it, but you got cursed.
She
actually-
starts doing that in my face.
Was this before you got stabbed?
This is after.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say maybe that was the curse. Like eventually.
Do we want to do the stabbing story, or do we want to move on to
I
John's
feel like we
prep?
keep coming back to it. I don't
I feel
know.
like save the stabbing story for a
Yeah, we'll
Patreon.
save that for Patreon.
Saving it for Patreon, I think, is
People
going to
have
be.
to pay to hear when I got stabbed in the face.
Yeah. All right.
I actually no. Before we get to my bit, that did just remind me of something, and I'm really curious to get you guys' opinion on this. A couple months ago, I had a friend visiting from the States. We're walking around central London, and a homeless guy asks us for money, and kind of out of habit, I think because I saw some Facebook video about it when I was like 13 or something about what homeless people like to hear. I I usually say, if I'm not giving them money or food or something, I usually say, "Sorry, sir. Sorry, man."
Fuck
So
off.
I said, "Sorry, sir." No, he goes, "Don't call me sir." And
Oh,
then
interesting.
kept walking. I'm really curious what you guys think of this, because, I mean, obviously, no big deal. I don't think I ruined his day, but I was thinking about it for a while afterwards. It's like, actually, if I'm saying sir out of a gesture of like, you are a person, and I'm trying to be respectful of you, and like, even if I'm not stopping and giving you money or something, like you exist. Uh, the But I could see a world in which that just comes across as super patronizing, actually, of like non-homeless person saying to a homeless person like, "Sorry, sir," like really just giving them like I don't know. I am curious what you guys think. What would you do?
I would say that like they probably feel like it's kind of patronizing simply because they're like in that. I'm not gonna call it whatever position they're in. Like obviously socially, and I'm not saying this. I got to preface this by saying I'm not saying this, but socially, like they would be considered like, on whatever that weird hierarchical ladder is, they would be considered like below you. And again, I don't, what I'm saying? It's just like socially, that's how people would view it. So them you saying like, sir, kind of, it almost feels like, I don't know, like demeaning or some like it feels.
I just never really thought of that, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely
No,
be perceived.
I get why they would be upset, but also
No,
like
at the
Fuck
same
outta
time, though,
here.
the reason I say it though is that same reason, just in the opposite direction of like, yeah, you're on the lower part of the social ladder right now, and like it sucks that society's structured that way. I'm
Nah, for sure.
I'm not putting this all behind the sir, but if I say sorry, sir, the idea is like I'm trying to treat you as an equal. I'm trying to treat you as if
I feel
you were.
I understand where you were trying to get at, yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe I understand also why
But
they
that's
wouldn't
not,
have seen
that
it that way.
isn't how it lands. Like obviously, like
Yeah, yeah. Brett,
but
thoughts?
I don't know because I usually am patronizing and no,
God damn.
what I do is like when I interact with a homeless person, I think I do say sir and ma'am and stuff, but I also make sure to say like this might be even more patronizing. I always say if it's really hot, if it's summer, I say make sure you stay cool, or if it's really cold, I say stay warm. Like, is that worse?
Staying warm is fine, but staying cool sounds fucking
You said
patronizing.
stay cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I never
fuck-
thought about that. I do. Oh God.
Yeah, you're a dick.
Stay
Yeah,
cool.
because
It's
fuck, are they?
correct.
What are they going
I
to be just like
never
looking
thought about
directly at
that.
the sun?
I never put two and two together. I say that in the summertime. I always go stay cool.
Stay cool. Brett, I imagine there's a homeless dude like on the sidewalk. Brett's in a car. The dude's asking for money. Brett's like, I don't got any money, but stay cool. Brett puts on a pair of sunglasses and just fucking
Never thought about that.
stay
That's
cool.
Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
That was fucking hilarious. One thing, sorry, John. One thing, I went to the doctor this week, just to do a checkup, and while I was there, he got me a refill of my ADHD medication, and there were two of them. And then I said, and by the way, I'm also having trouble sleeping. Can you recommend like a sleeping pill or something? Hang on, John, can you hear me? Comey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
John, you still can't hear?
John's got
No,
that.
I hear now. It's just my internet was weird for.
John's got the
Okay.
Queen's internet.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, that's.
Should I start over or should I just keep going?
Nah. Go ahead, because it's already recording. So
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm at the doctor and he got me a refill of my prescriptions for ADHD, and then I said, do you recommend anything I could take for sleep? And all of a sudden he gets really quiet. He just goes, "Listen, man, I can give you some Ambien or something like that, but I can't do it today because I already got you 2 controlled substances for ADHD and I'm already audited. So if you just call in tomorrow,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, he goes,
Jesus.
if you just, yeah, he goes, if you just call in tomorrow, I'll put another prescription for some Ambien for you. I got you, bro. It's good shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah, this man's a fucking drug dealer, bro.
No, that's bad. That is bad.
I know. So I wasn't gonna call. I was gonna be like, listen, it's really not that big a deal. It's really not a big deal. So the next
he
day,
call you?
the next day he called me.
Oh,
He goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know, man, I put in your prescription for Ambien. I got you 30 of them with 2 refills. I got you, bro. I got you."
what the
This-
fuck?
He's definitely getting like some type of kickback or something.
And he's
There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
way.
audited.
He has to be. I think with Ambien, especially, I think there is a kickback from it for like the time. It's
Is it really?
not. I don't think there's many good clinical. There might not be any good clinical uses for Ambien. I'm not totally sure.
Oh my God.
Um,
Let me tell you, I feel so well rested. But when you take it at night, it's the craziest thing in the world. I took
Dreams,
one
huh?
of them and I'd never taken one before. So this is the first time I ever took one. And I'm limiting it. I'm gonna try to do 1 or 2 a week, if that, because I know how addicted that shit is. So I remember the other day I took one, I get in bed, and it's like 15-20 minutes later, and my girlfriend gets into bed and she goes, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "The blinds." She goes, "Why are you looking at the blinds?" I said, "It's all just one organism."
I no. So, I mean, my thing with Ambien, like, I shouldn't be so stark. There probably are clinical uses for it. And I'm guessing like with insomnia, maybe really severe cases, they use it to like psychologically convince somebody that they can get to sleep and then work with them in different ways. But like Ambien doesn't. It's not sleep. Like it's just it's a tranquilizer.
Induced coma.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a
I don't know if it qualifies.
tranquilizer.
Yeah, I don't know if it qualifies as a coma, but it's not sleep. I think they call it a sedative. Um, and so it's a big thing with Ambien where people get addicted to it and then they're just not actually sleeping for like months.
Yeah, I can't let that happen. I'm limiting this shit.
Yeah, so yeah, okay, I was Right. So sometimes they use it after therapy for insomnia, uh,
Yeah.
and like for various like psychological things. Um, but it's it is a sedative hypnotic. So like the sleep state you're entering isn't fully sleep.
You're not getting that REM, my dog.
No.
I need to limit that shit.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Anyways, be careful with Ambien. Careful with all controlled substances. Kiddos.
Speaking of sleep, I went to I was doing like a trial for like a sleep study thing. They're coming
Oh,
out with
sick.
a new sleep study. Huh?
Sick. That's I was wanting to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
one.
Dude,
So I was doing
Comey fucking needs that shit. He slept in my mom's house for a weekend. I mean,
My
he slept in the
mom.
top floor of it's a big house in the basement. Oh my god! It's
Do
not
you
only
have
not only is it the worst snoring I've ever. Comey, I'm not trying to make you
Not
uncomfortable.
I mean
Not only
no,
is it
that's
the
cool.
worst snoring I've ever heard, it's far and away the worst snoring I've ever heard.
wow?
So it's not
Do you have apnea?
absolutely. So
Yeah.
it's not even like genuine like Brett saying it's not snoring. Like well not like Brett saying it's like I'm trying to catch my breath,
You're
right? So like
choking. Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So like
like
there'll be
it's like
times
gasping.
yeah, there'll be times where like I like my homie Ali, like we used to have when we were like younger, we used to have like I'd sleep over his place and we'd like just play fucking Call of Duty all night. Fucking shout out to Call of Duty.
Hey, what are you playing? What was
Hey,
that Modern
yeah,
Warfare 2? Were you playing
yeah,
Rust?
man. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, come on,
There it
man.
is.
Come on, the
Anyways, yeah,
rust.
so like zombies or some shit. So we would play all night and then like we get like a few hours of sleep and he'd wake me up in the middle of the night, be like, dude, are you okay? Like he'll say I'm just like be like like stop breathing for like 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's pretty bad. But I
Sorry,
can't
I
like
just
I'm
put down my goosebumps and closed my eyes for a minute.
my glasses are resting on my stomach. But yeah, so it's pretty bad. But I was doing the trial anyways, and I like get through all the stuff, and I'm talking to the physician now, and it's like a year trial, but they're coming out with like a new medication. I think I can say this because I didn't get through like the entire thing, and I'll tell you why. But they're making a new medication that like kind of it's supposed to like help strengthen the back of your throat when you're sleeping. So like because when sleep apnea, your tongue like this is boring. What the fuck? Your tongue just like yeah, exactly your tongue like falls in the back of your throat and it kind of blocks your airway. And because your boy got a your boy got a large tongue, you know. Okay.
Jesus.
Fucking Jesus.
The nurse,
I know.
comes in to do the study. She goes,
Yeah, yeah. But I was speaking to the doctor, and we essentially get through the entire thing, and I'm at this point doing like a questionnaire on an iPad, and it's like 20 questions, very simple, just like be very honest, and I answer as honestly as I can, and then she comes in like 5 minutes later, she's like, "Well, I'm sorry, but you're not a good candidate for this," and I'm like, "What?" Like I have like the worst sleep apnea that ever anybody's ever fucking
"You're
like
probably too bad. It's probably too bad."
well, no, because I answered the questions and apparently I wasn't tired enough. Apparently, so like I was answering the questions, and a lot of people who have sleep apnea like tend to be very tired, like to the
Yeah.
point where like you're falling asleep behind the wheel or like you're on the tube. If you're in London, like John says, like mind you, we didn't give him enough shit for that. Like you can just say like
The
I don't know
subway.
subway. You don't have to say tube,
I
but
mean,
it's
it's
cool.
literally just what it's called here.
It's fine, John. It's fine.
It's just
No,
what it's called. If I said subway here, people would be really confused.
no, no. Anyways, so like people
Fuck
fall
you.
asleep. People fall asleep like just random times of the day, and I was answering honestly on the iPad, and apparently I'm not tired enough, so I wasn't able to like participate in the study. So
That's
like
dumb.
that's dumb as
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah,
Wait, I want to get your guys' opinions on something. Let me get this. John, we're gonna get to you in a second.
we'll get to your thing, John. One sec.
What?
So I don't actually know how funny this delaying of my bit is.
You what?
We're
I
not
don't know how
delaying it.
funny. Well,
All right, continue. Sorry, we'll get to your thing, John.
continue, Brett. Okay.
You want to do your thing?
No.
Well,
Tell me your bit. Tell me your bit.
Go on. You can do your thing.
No. No. I don't even want to do my thing. I don't even want to do my thing anymore.
All right. We can. That's so stupid.
What were you saying? Go, Brett. Go.
Yeah. What were you?
My how legit of a stance is it?
No. They don't want to do my bit. It's stupid. No, I know.
Yeah, mom.
All right, that didn't work.
Mom!
I know. So it's like she's like, advocate for yourself. He's like,
Yeah.
no, stop.
No, it's fine.
No, I know it was no dad and I worked on it all night.
All right, we're done.
My
We're done with
girlfriend
this
is
bit.
dying on the hill that she doesn't want me to be a cum donor, even if they're going to give me $500 a week.
I'm sorry.
Is that a hill to die on?
You don't. Well, maybe not saying cum donor is probably the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
like
I think
route
that's
to
a
go
good
with
start.
that.
Don't call it that when you're talking to her.
It's like you might as well be like, I'm about to donate some baby batter. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
let me.
exactly what I was gonna say. It's like I'm just gonna go rub one out and give some baby batter to the
Yeah, I'm
batter
gonna
bit.
beat off, and they gonna give me
No,
money
no.
for it.
No, that's not what I said. I told her, I was like, there's a nurse who wants me to donate her some cum. So, like,
Bro.
no, but no, legit. She does not want me to donate sperm. They're gonna give me $500 a week. She's like, no chance.
Yeah. So this is funny that you I don't have a strong stance on this, but like I have an opinion nonetheless. I think the idea that like my body, my choice thing, right? I think it should go both ways, especially when it comes to like I think your bodily autonomy. So obviously that's a conversation for you two to have, but I think that at the end of the day, it's your decision whether or not you want to donate your fucking jizz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it does go both ways. I doubt Brett's girlfriend is saying like you can't do this.
No, she's not. If I really wanted to, she wouldn't like break up.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just like I kind of get her reputation. I think I don't know. When I think about sperm donation, I actually think it's like sort of the worst of all worlds because
Interesting.
hear me out. Hear me out. I I mean, it's case by case. I'm sure there are people out there who cannot get pregnant and really want to have a kid, and with their partner or whatever, and that donate sperm. But I think what I'm trying to say. Have you guys heard the thing about how like one of the best things you can do for the environment, not have right, like and
Not have
just
what?
not have a kid
Sure.
is like I think truly one of the best things you can do for the environment, like along with going vegetarian kind of thing.
Would
And
you happen to be a vegetarian, John?
I'm not. No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you're not
Well, I
And he
don't
has
know.
patting yourself on the
several
back.
children.
I do live with two vegans and a vegetarian, and it's a big feature of my life. Like I end up talking about it a lot.
And
with
all
people.
three of them are your kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just terrible for the environment. I am a greenhouse gas. What am I trying to say here? I kind of think if you're doing sperm donation, you are contributing to more kids being on the planet without the benefit of having your own kid. Where like I can see when somebody is ignoring that environmental factor and just having their own kid that they're going to raise, like there's a tangible benefit that I can see to that, and I think it's a stronger argument for it. Just fucking jizzing all over the place and just sending 30 kids out into the world through your superhuman cum. It it I think it's sort of horrible. It's horrible.
Interesting. So
So
wait,
here's the thing. But my point is this. I'm not looking after the world. I'm not trying to make a worldly environmental decision here. I just like the $500 weekly.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but dude, like you're not struggling. Like you're not like I understand you would like that $500, but you're fine. Like
I should be the one fucking donating.
yeah, I
my
could
money.
kind of see Comey doing it to pay off his
You know
loans.
what I'm saying?
But
No,
you
there's no loans to be paid off, but just for like I don't know, like if I want to do jet skis every week or something, I don't know.
I don't know. This, to be fair though, is it moral to bring a kid into the world who's probably going to have sleep apnea?
How fucking British are you trying to be? Are you twirling a tennis racket?
This fucking guy. Does that mean that you're not having kids, Brett? John? Is that what's going on?
No. I'm very on the fence about it. I haven't decided.
Interesting.
I think if I didn't have one, it would actually be less because of the environmental thing. Although I would hold that over everyone's head.
And more because you can't.
More, I would say probably more because of like some desire, witnessing what happens to people when they have kids, and what they think it's going to be, what it actually is, and like the way it gets in the way of their own dreams and careers and goals, all that stuff. Traveling.
Some people might say that it's selfish to not have children, and like the only
I
reason
don't
why
think
we're
there's
here
I don't think there is a single argument to be made that it is selfish to not have children. that holds up.
I'll give you an argument here. I mean,
Unless you're saying that I'm truly built so different that we need more people
that's
like me.
absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying
think
that
that's kind of
I'm
what you're
saying
saying.
that I'm saying that biologically speaking, the idea of like humans being on this planet is to procreate. So, I mean, not having kids would be going against your biological function as a human being.
Yeah, I think that's literally a logical fallacy. I think there's a name for that. It's called
Presumptuous,
uh,
thinking you know the meaning of life.
no, it's
Shut up,
it's
Brett.
like a appeal to biology or appeal to nature or something, and it's like not a completely sound argument.
Yeah. Okay.
Could
I
tell
don't
you
think
have
I
why.
don't
to.
think that there's
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think it's selfish to have kids. I don't think it's selfish to not have kids. I think I actually let me say that again. I think it is selfish to have kids. I think it is selfish to not have kids. I think anything you want to do for yourself is selfish. If you want to have kids and you have them, great. If you don't want to have kids and you don't, great. I think anything you want to do for
Yeah,
yourself is fine.
yeah, I'm sort of in that boat too. Like I think trying to restrict it in any meaningful way, I think is a
If you want to
recipe.
live a life without kids and you do, and I don't,
But I think that is worthwhile as like informing people and like educating, I guess, or like having it be a viable life path to not have kids and have
I
it be like
think
a
I think,
rewarding.
and
You
this is
know.
gonna be the
You
most
know.
this is gonna be the most woke
Wait, Brett.
progressive thing. Yeah.
Give me a sec. Do you know who was really informative about not having kids? China.
Jesus.
No, China.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like that was obviously horribly done.
Yeah, but then they had a bigger population problem when they did that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Anyways, you
I
were
have no
saying.
idea what I'm saying. I don't know the data on that. I don't know statistics on
Yeah,
that.
wait, I don't know
know
what you just said.
anything
It's
about.
incorrect.
I don't know
All
if
right.
it, I don't. I pulled that out of my asshole.
Well, you were saying something, Brett?
What was I saying?
I don't know. Whatever. Do we want to get to John's bit?
Let's do my bit. We got
Yeah,
like
John. Let's do your
5
bit.
minutes
We got a few minutes left.
All right, all right. So the first one, we'll just like bang these out. We'll rub these out like bread at the sperm bank.
Yeah, hopefully if she lets me.
Oh,
Actually,
stop.
where's Corey? Where is she? Is she there?
No, she's getting a massage. So I should be worried about her.
No, fuck that.
Brett,
What?
I was gonna buy you Hulk hands. I was on Amazon yesterday and I saw Hulk hands and they were on sale. I was like, who's gonna like these? My nephew, my nephew, and Brett.
My 30-year-old friend Brett.
Brett's gonna buy me foam Hulk hands.
I also thought that they were not
Why
gonna
are
fit
we
your
still
fucking
putting
hands.
up John's bit for Hulk?
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't on purpose. I just thought it was funny.
All right, John.
Brett.
We have a little bit of time. Let's do your bit.
You guys are gonna love this shit. Come on. Am I the asshole for having a poster that says we reserve the right to refuse service to the British?
Where is the signage? I wonder, is it like
Absolutely
in the
not.
UK?
That's a great poster.
I
Is
can
it-
tell you that this is
It's gotta be the US.
Oh,
Is-
please tell me it's in the UK. If it's in the UK and they just don't do
There's
anything-
no fucking way it's in the UK.
no, this I think this is the US. It actually
Yeah.
doesn't specify, but my sense is it's from the US.
Well, I mean, you're just being kind of facetious. I assume that they're not actually like not giving service to Brits, right? I mean, so also like how often are Brits like patroning your business
They usually
that you
don't
have
go
to,
to
like-
restaurants unless there's fish and chips.
or like
usually-
mush or like a bunch of mush that they could eat?
Yeah. Yeah, when they eat mush for their tea.
John, let us know about the types of foods that the Brits eat. Is it just mush?
Yeah. Gruel.
Dude, I actively avoid actually British food. I mostly just eat other cultures that have come here and settled.
My favorite memes on the internet. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, John. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. But it is. I recently read a food article because I was like, I should try some like proper fish and chips. Like, there's got to be a place that makes fish and chips like really good, right?
Yeah.
And so I go to my like food websites or whatever. I'm browsing through. I find an article that seems promising, and all of the suggestions are like, this place is kind of shitty, but it's great because it's fish and chips, and like we love fish and chips. And all of them reference the fucking mushy peas.
I told you.
No, you guys have eaten mushy peas. Well, you've eaten mushy peas. It is like it's a thing here. They fucking They actively they call them mushy peas and they love that shit. And
Yeah.
it is so bad. It's like eating baby food, but yeah, I mean that's it. It's like eating baby food.
It's like, yeah, but yeah.
John,
This is gonna be
are there any Jewish foods in London? Do you get Jewish jellies there?
Surprisingly, there aren't a ton, but I live near Muswell Hill, which is one of these actually largest
fucking British.
Jewish community in all of Europe.
Wow.
Um, and
That's
it
where
is
they all
very
went. That's what,
very
Mm.
orthodox. I went to one of their delis for Passover to get some matzah because I was hosting a theater, and I walked in and I was wearing like gym shorts and a t-shirt, and I kept like dirty as fucking looks because I think it was very clear. Like I think if an outsider comes and shops there, in general, uh, they might not think much of it. But since it was Passover and I was specifically getting matzah, they knew I was a Reformed Jew, which is like I'm a
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
traitor
John,
at
now take that. Now imagine living in the US as a black person all the fucking time.
that.
That's
Comey's
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
just
move to Compton.
yeah, I know exactly. All the people in all the business owners in Compton are obviously black and not Asian, right? So
Have you noticed all the white people? All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna pull it out of my ass, and Comey, let me know if I'm right or wrong.
let's hear it.
Have you noticed all the white people trying to do the black person barbershop thing now?
Oh, you mean like they
Oh
own a
my god,
barbershop?
there's so many white barbershops open up with all these white people going trying to act like they're like part of barbershop, like part of that community.
Is that a
Yeah.
thing? Is it growing?
No, I can see that. There's a lot of people in San Diego, fuck it, whatever. And there's a lot of people in San Diego who like own like white people in San Diego who like own barbershop. Dude, I've been going to the same barbershop since I
I
was
don't
like
mean hang on, that's not
10.
what I mean. I don't mean white people opening up barbershops. That's not what I mean. I mean like the whole
Imagine.
I mean like the whole culture of how black people go to the barbershop is like a hangout spot.
Yeah,
That's happening a lot in white white
interesting.
culture now.
I haven't noticed.
Like there's
Is it
like
really?
Maybe because I'm
yes,
not going there.
yes. Maybe it's just in the New York City area,
It's
but you
gotta
see
be definitely New York.
all of these barbershops opening up, and it's impossible to get into any of them. White people just hang out there all the time, and I'm like, you did you
Are
just
we,
go to the barbershop?
Are
are
they
we
still
talking like
are they still charging you for like a fuckload? Like you know what I
No,
mean? Like
it's like yeah, it's like $65 for a cut, but they call it fades now. So even at white
yeah,
barbershops, it's
there
a
you go.
fade.
it's yeah, the skin
Dude,
fade.
I would pay anything to see Brett with the fucking fade, yo.
Brett,
I would pay anything, Brett, to see you with the fade, dog.
and honestly, Brett, you'd rock a mullet, man. Mullets are I don't know if they've made it back there yet, but
No, they're killing it, yeah, here.
they're so
Yeah,
popular.
Theo Vaughn brought him back.
Yeah.
Does he still have
I think Paul Mescal had one for a little bit. Um, but yeah, you'd crush it with a mullet, Brett.
a mullet?
Dude, get a fade, dog. You look
And a
fucking
skin
get
fade. A skin fade is what I'm saying.
and like you remember the picture of the dog? Remember the picture of the dog on the t-shirt?
Yeah,
Remember the one that you got me? Do you remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, get that. Get
Yeah.
that. Get that.
Yeah, that's
We'll put that picture up on our Patreon
Yeah.
for everybody.
in this
Whenever
medium. that joke's really gonna go well.
yeah.
I hope John doesn't play tennis.
I do play tennis.
He's definitely playing tennis, dude.
Dude, I do everything. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I
cool.
was
I mean, he started running. That's pretty cool. You can tell us. You want to tell us about that? This man ran a 6-minute mile today.
I used to be a big runner, but I'm just trying
Yeah.
to get back into it. I ran a marathon before I met you guys.
This
And
motherfucker, he texted us this morning and said, "Hey, I ran a 6-minute 5-second mile. I'm getting back into it. Get the fuck out of here."
I mean,
Who's
that's
fucking
facts.
mad at-
That's an amateur time for like a
That's a
serious run.
fucking fantastic time, dog.
You know, my entire life, I've thought that I ran a 9.5 minute mile because I ran one in middle school, like 7th or 8th grade. I ran a 9.5 minute mile, and I'm just now realizing that a mile was 4 laps around the track, not 3. So I really ran like a 14-minute mile.
I after that run, I had another who was in the group come up to me and he's like, "Oh, we have a running club on Monday. You should join." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just getting back into it. Like, I really want to get it under 5 in the next year." And he kind of looked at me funny and then like continued chatting and then moved on. I was thinking back on it, I was like, "Oh fuck, I meant under 6, like in the 5s. Like I wanted in the 5s." can get it under 5 is like world class
Record,
shit.
yeah.
Well,
Isn't the
no,
record like 405 or something?
no. The record for the mile is like 320 something.
No way. It broke.
That's
I know it broke
insane.
4 minutes in the 90s, right?
Well, no. Think about how think about like Kipchoge ran the marathon at a I think 4:32 pace.
Not official. That wasn't official though.
Okay,
But
but
still,
he holds the official record too, and it's 1 minute slower.
Who broke 4 minutes? It's a famous person.
For the mile.
Yeah.
You mean the
Famous
first
guy.
person to do it?
The first person to do it's a famous name. I would know the
dog,
name.
imagine running a fucking 4-minute mile. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like you're sprinting the entire time.
Imagine running a fucking 4-minute mile for 2 hours.
Fuck
For
that, bro.
that shit for 26.2 miles. It is. Have you guys heard of the Kipchoge challenge? I'm kind of.
Yeah.
You should. You guys should try it.
Shout out to
Watch
all the
what happens.
Africans, dude. Fucking shattering records and
Man, yeah. Can either of you guys guess Kipchoge's height?
4 foot.
dude's
one.
gonna be like, he's gonna be.
Roger
he was-
Bannister. That's the name I'm thinking of. Who broke the 4 minute?
I wanna say
Without looking it
five-
up.
I'm not looking it up. I would say 5'10".
Brett, any guesses?
4'2".
Actually, Brett's not far off. My man is 5'6",
Wow. Okay.
which
I mean, I was closer. So Brett said 4 fucking 2.
you work closer, but I didn't realize like a lot of
I
distance
was like
runners
a
are.
foot and a half away. Brett's not far off.
Yeah. Well.
No, I meant you were thinking about it right, as opposed to Comey who went tall. You know,
Fuck, bro. I was like 3-4 inches off.
Short
This
people
man
usually-
said 4'2".
Yeah. Well, and short people usually need a horse to go fast.
Yeah. Oh well. Dude, oh my god. All right. Do we want to toss in one more of John's terrible fucking?
fuck off. Yeah,
No, I'm
what did you come up with for this podcast?
I didn't come up with anything. I'm just
I like it. I think it's fun.
light banter. I'm just kidding. It's not.
that turned
terrible.
into a great sub talk about British culture and running and other
Sure.
Oh,
This is a
well,
good time. This is a good time for you to fucking
shout out my show, my podcast,
Shout out-
my
shout out to your-
podcast, my business.
shout out your comic book business. Yeah.
Going well. I sell comic books out of my bedroom and my spare bedroom, my storage unit. I got like 20,000 of them, and they're all vintage key issue
If you're-
comics and collectibles. Look it up on Instagram on whatnot. My
If you're buying
website's
comic
coming
books
in.
from Brett, then you can also assume that he probably beat off before
Oh, boy.
auctioning off the collectibles.
Absolutely can.
Very likely that you're getting a.
Brett, when you go to the Come Bank, do they and they give you the magazines for your session? Do you ever are you ever just like no? Do you guys have like an X-Men?
Brett making a
Alright,
jizz
yeah.
deposit.
Do you have specifically an
Do you
X-Men?
have like
do you have-
the
do you have
post-
specifically X-Men number 95, the Dark
Yeah,
Phoenix cover?
exactly.
It's like that's the only way I could crack off. I can't.
Can I have please any Jim Lee cover or a comic book?
Hey, you need it signed too. You want
Yeah, I need it
you want to
signed.
bust all? You want to bust all the signature?
No, when I go to the
Oh.
no, I don't do. When I go to the Come Bank, they ask me what I need. I go, oh, I don't need anything. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. It's like I already have a condom on it. There's already coming.
No, I've already got it for you. Here you go.
All right.
It's in his hand.
It's just globs.
Oh fuck, man.
All right, I got
Ah.
two for you. I got one of them is the actual question I want to talk about. I got
Next-
one. I
next
got one.
one.
I got one. Am I the asshole for wanting my dad to tell me why he wishes me to come downstairs to speak to him when he shouts my name?
Let's just okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Are you gonna?
I'm 16 and my bedroom is in the lot. There's a reason I'm this one up. I want to talk about it. 16. And my bedroom is in the loft/attic. When my dad wants to ask me something, even if I'm busy in the middle of doing homework or whatever, he expects me to come downstairs straight away to him. And when I say, "What are you calling me for?" he says, "It doesn't matter what I'm calling you for. If I ask you to come down here, you have to. I'm not going to shout." Sometimes he then tells me something super irrelevant, like later this, whatever it may be. And then I can go back upstairs again. Is it rude that I want to know why he's calling me before I come all the way downstairs, as it might be something he can tell me later when I'm not busy? If it's actually urgent, he will tell me, and then I'll come, of course. or is he just being an asshole who wants some sort of power dynamic?
How can you you go ahead, Brett, first, and I'll
Say, is
say
this
something.
page like r/entitled problems?
I was gonna say the part of the reason I brought this one up is like,
The house is so big, I don't want to go somewhere.
what is the over under? This kid is white.
Yeah, it's
no,
very.
no, it's he's white. That's a white.
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
That is a white.
No
person.
black kids like, yo, my mom's like trying to call me and I don't want to go. Like, it's
And
not
then,
happening.
yeah, then if it does happen, then he's not posting about it on Twitter and paragraph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on Reddit. Yeah.
Moreover,
Here's how
pic-
upset I am about this.
no, picture what this kid is asking for. Let's say the kid's name is Nate, and the dad is yelling up. He goes, Nate.
We'll go with Nathan. Let's go with
Yeah,
Nathan.
we gotta say Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan's good. Nathan. Like, and what is it? As he needs him to do chores. He wants him to list out all the chores, screaming at the top of his lungs, sweep the floor, do the dish, like on and on and on.
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
coming down and saying like 3 things to him and the kid going back up to his room.
Nah, I think like the entitlement is like wild with that post if it's real. But if I mean, just a simple, what do you want? Like, you want your parent to only call you when they want something that's very important? Like, this makes no sense. Or do the other times you want them to text you? Like, what exactly is it that you want from them? Like, you're living in the person's home, they're paying you the rent, like they're probably paying for your food, whatever it is. Like, you're not 18 yet. And to be honest, like the things that you deem important are probably not that important. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's just like, fuck it. So because of that,
whatever.
Yeah, homework or whatever. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, I think that you
Also,
are the asshole.
So really, the big reason I think this ties in well with what we were talking about is I think this is a really compelling argument against kids. This post. That's all. That's all. I just think it's a compelling argument against kids.
We can't hear you, bro.
I said for that reason you could get posted about on Twitter, on Reddit.
Right,
Me?
Yeah.
For calling,
No,
yeah. If
no.
you have kids, you're gonna
Yeah,
they're gonna post about you for just calling their name.
you don't want kids for that reason.
exactly. Also, well, no, but actually, more seriously, if you give your kids the life you want them to have, like you want them to be comfortable, you want them to
They're gonna be
like
assholes.
grow up happy and healthy, all that stuff. They at the best, they're gonna have a little bit of entitlement. Like,
Do you feel like you have a little bit of entitlement, John?
I think when I was younger, probably. Yeah. When I was a teenager.
Am
Well-
I
well, then you
entitled?
have-
Hang on, am I entitled?
Yes, you fucking are,
Absolutely.
Brett.
Me?
Yeah.
Name an
The
example.
thing is, stop, Brett. Stop. The thing is, it's crazy. The thing is, like, I think that most people grow into themselves. Like, look, you give your kids as much like rearing as you possibly can.
I'm not entitled. I was at the grocery store today, and there was an employee there who wouldn't move out of my way after I said "excuse me" twice, and so I yelled at.
Stupid. Look, you give your kids as much rearing as you possibly can, and they get to decide who they want to be when they're older. You give them all the tools that you possibly can, and you know they're supposed to try to work with that as adults. So I don't think that's.
You're right. I just think like they're so shitty for like 19 years.
Absolutely. That's no question whatsoever. Everybody is a shitty person, like for the first 19 years of their life. Brett for the first 25 or 26, he's still a fucking shitty person.
25,
Depends-
not 26 yet.
All right, cool. This was a dope podcast. Same time next week, man. Let's do it.
Hey,
Yeah?
let's do it. I'm in. All right, I'm gonna get.
Brett-
Yeah,
Brett, please don't lose the footage.
I don't even know if it's lost. I just don't know where to find it.
We're just gonna do podcasts every week, and they're just gonna be like
Yeah, we're
gone.
just gonna keep having a yeah. All right, it's been a good time.